Nvidia stock is down over 20% from its year-to-date high, as many worry that the AI market is filled with hopes and dreams. However, Oracle just reported earnings, giving us a great reminder of how strong and resilient the AI market truly is. Especially noteworthy is the CEO's mention of designing a massive data center for another company, one that already has building permits for 3 nuclear reactors. How many Nvidia GPUs do you think 3 nuclear reactors can power? If you think it's more than one, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. Now, in today's episode, we're going to cover the following. First, a nice top-level overview of Oracle's earnings. Second, a discussion about AI training versus AI inference and the potential of overbuilt issues. The intriguing nuclear power story, data center builds from Oracle, commentary on AI demand, and my final thoughts on these developments. So let's get started.
I want to thank The Motley Fool for sponsoring this video, and check out fool.com/Jose for the 10 best stocks to buy now. With that link, you get a promotional offer for their subscription service. Now, let's continue with today's episode.
Now, Oracle is up roughly 8.88% as I am recording after hours, as the company did give some amazing earnings. And for those not familiar, Oracle right now is trying to improve and increase their clouding infrastructure solution, which is obviously doing really well with the AI market. Now, a quick top level overview on earnings. Earnings per share were $1.39 versus $1.32 expected. Revenue $13.31 billion versus $13.23 billion expected. So a nice beat in earnings per share and a modest beat in revenue. Now, for the current quarter, Oracle expects revenue to grow somewhere around 8 to 10%, pretty much in line with what analysts were expecting. And in forms of earnings per share, again, pretty much in line with what analysts are expecting. Now, the main reason the company is up after hours is because the company continues to see strong demand for its AI solutions. So next, I want to talk about training versus inference. And one of the big things to understand is when you're looking at training, training needs huge GPU clusters. Now, when you do inferencing, you don't need the same type of computational power as training. And this has created kind of a bearish thesis that eventually we're going to be done training models and we're only going to be doing inferencing. And if that's the case, there's the potential for companies like Nvidia and all these clouding solutions to either lose out on revenue because they no longer need that computational power for training. It's more like, hey, are you overspending too much in training infrastructure when the market will eventually move into inference? And the CTO of Oracle actually gave a very, very amazing answer, in my opinion. He first kind of talked about the human life. In human, right, you would think training would be like going to college. You go to 4 years to college and that's you done training. Once you're done training, you go out to the real world and get a job. And in theory, that should be inferencing. But just like in real world, even after you're done with college or your community or whatever type of education, you keep learning more and more throughout your life. So training is going to be the same way. Training is going to continue to go on. The next thing is right now, frontier models, which are kind of like these GPTs, this Llama 2, Llama 3, Llama 4, Llama 5, they are going to continue to train the next generation. Right now, we are training, I believe, Llama 4, GPT-5, then there's GPT-6. And he mentioned is that this is not going to stop anytime soon. And it's pretty impressive because to be able to train these frontier models, it's about $100 billion price target. Let me repeat that. To train these AI models, it's about $100 billion price target to be competitive as one of the top players. So that's insane. So right off the bat, we know that there's only going to be a limited amount of companies that are going to be able to really hit in this training market. And I think that's why we're seeing Google, we're seeing Microsoft, and we're seeing Meta invest a lot of money on AI solutions. Now, he mentions that, hey, look, while he also mentioned to kind of ease these worries that the next frontier models are going to continue to get upgraded and there's going to be a next new frontier model, there's also going to be a lot of specialized models. For example, training kind of getting a model or training a solution to be able to look at biopsies of slides or CAT scans to discover cancer. That's something that doesn't get trained in Llama, that's not something that gets trained on GPT-5. That's a very unique model that is specialized for a very unique solution and very unique data sets. There's also other samples like that in the healthcare market where you can use blood tests to discover certain types of illness. So the CTO of Oracle believes that this is going to continue to be the case, where while obviously we're going to see a handful of players do frontier models, we're going to see many companies create unique solutions like this, right? I just mentioned 2 unique solutions for the healthcare market, but there can be hundreds in the healthcare market alone. Then in things like automotive, like robotics, like software, like chemistry, the list goes on and on. So there's going to be a lot of specialized models in the future. Now, he kind of mentions that if you're talking about training and inferencing, if you believe that we're going to move from training to inferencing anytime soon, you're many years ahead. He believes that even in the next 10 years, we're going to continue to battle this AI race. And for that, we're going to continue to invest in training solutions. So he mentions that the AI training space is pretty much just growing larger and larger, and there is no slowdown or shift coming. So obviously, it's kind of important to remember that the CTO obviously benefits and this company benefits from training. So they're going to give as much bullish case as they can. But I do believe there is some truth here. And this again bodes well for a company like Nvidia, where it shouldn't be seen as a bearish case that training is going to slow down anytime soon. In theory, the computational power needed for the next frontier model is just getting higher and higher. So in theory, more AI chips are going to be needed. Now, the second topic I want to talk about is that crazy AI story with nuclear plants. And this was kind of a follow-on to this training versus inference. The CTO just wanted to kind of paint a picture of how this market is. So right now, he mentions that they are in the middle of designing a data center that's north of a gigawatt of power. A gigawatt of power is over 1,000 megawatts, and the current biggest one that we have discussed in public, I believe from Oracle, is something around 800 megawatts. So we can see this is much bigger. And he mentions that they've already found the location in the power place. And when they looked at it, the other company already has building permits for 3 nuclear reactors. These are small nuclear reactors, but it kind of just showcases how crazy the market is and also how power limited we are. So if we're thinking about 3 nuclear reactors, this is going to be a lot of AI chips that are going to be powered. The other thing to remember is these are data centers that are being built for the future. It's going to take probably at least 5 years to kind of have these solutions up and running. So this is not going to be for NVIDIA's H100. It's not going to be for NVIDIA's H200. It's probably not even going to be for NVIDIA's Blackwell or Rubin platform. This is probably going to be for the platform following Rubin. So it just kind of showcases how if you are an NVIDIA investor, we are still in early innings based on what the CTO of Oracle just mentioned. Now, I also want to talk a little bit more about Oracle building their data centers. They mentioned that right now, Oracle has about 162 cloud data centers, a mixture of some are live and some under construction. I believe, if I'm remembering my numbers correctly, it's about 85 are live and the other 77 are under construction. So we can see this company is building more data centers to keep up with the AI demand. One of the largest data centers that they are building is an 800 megawatt beast and will contain, let me say this, acres of NVIDIA GPU clusters to be able to train the world's largest AI models. So Oracle just showcases that one of the main reasons that they're winning a lot in AI training business is because they're doing really well at being able to build 32,000 node NVIDIA GPU clusters, something that it's very hard work, but they're able to do it really well. And the main reason they are winning in their training business. So again, all I continue to see is a lot of bullish cases for NVIDIA. Now, some final things on earnings before I share my overall final thoughts. They mentioned that CapEx is going to be roughly double in fiscal year of 2025 versus 2024 as they continue to invest in expanding their AI capacity or their Oracle clouding infrastructure. In quarter 1, which is normally a slow quarter for them, it was actually a positive quarter for them where they signed 42 additional cloud GPU contracts for a total of $3 billion. So overall, again, Oracle continues to give us bullish scenarios for NVIDIA. So even if you're not an Oracle investor, I think this did give us a lot of great information of the future for Nvidia and for the AI market. It really kind of shows us how we're still in early innings. Now, my thoughts on Oracle. Oracle, luckily for me, I did enter in the very, 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 very low 100s. And I personally am happy with the stock being up as much as it is. I have no intentions of selling, as I believe the market cap is going to be much larger in the next few years. So I would definitely like to hear from you. Do you believe you would buy Oracle at these levels? Would you wait for a buying opportunity? Or do you think this company can do much better in the future? Take care, have a good day, and see you next time.